What's up everyone, and welcome to Jayconomics. My name is Jay and it's a pleasure to meet all of you. On this channel, we take a look at anything related to finance with a strong focus on investing. So if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, then please consider subscribing and liking this video to help me on my quest to befriend the big, bad YouTube algorithm. What's up everyone, and welcome back to Jayconomics. Today we're covering a new company that I'll be introducing on the channel. Now, this is a company that I bought into last Friday morning. Patreon members got this alert at 45 seconds Friday in pre-market, and this stock has already made many people very happy as we hit 80 cents Canadian and traded at around the 70 to 75 cent range today. But it's far from too late to be investing into this company, as I believe that it has a very bright future, and this is why it will be a long-term play for me. We will go through why that is in this video, but first, before we get into it, if you want to grow your portfolio exponentially, be sure to check out our Smart Money Squad Patreon. There are various tiers for your goals and budget. You get my buy and sells instantly, my weekly watch list and entry points every Sunday, as well as updates throughout the week whenever I see something interesting in the market. And you also get access to the private Discord. We also have a free Discord with over 2,000 investors, so be sure to join that, and the link to both of those are in the description below. We're also on Instagram, so hit us up at Jayconomics with a follow on IG. So make that thumbs up turn blue and subscribe if you're new. It really does help the channel a lot. And now without further ado, let's get into the video. So it's no secret that small caps have enjoyed a great run as of late and this whole year. And the opportunities in the market right now are plenty. If you are able to analyze market conditions, investor sentiment, and identify hot sectors and companies before they become hot, the money will follow. The stock I bought on Friday is a stock that I believe, not exaggerating here, could have the potential to 50x my money. Now, this company is a player in the esports industry, an industry primed for massive growth in the next 5 to 10 years. We'll get into this a bit later in the video, but for now, allow me to introduce this company. It goes by the name of ESE Entertainment. The ticker for this one is ESE on the TSX Venture, and the ticker OTC is ENTEF. ESE Entertainment is a Europe-based entertainment and technology company, and they're focused on gaming, specifically esports. ESE is focused on bridging Europe, Asia, and North America. So to truly understand the opportunity at hand here, we have to understand the global esports market. So first of all, what are esports? I feel like many people picture just like a 30-year-old living in his parents' basement, but this is far from the case. Esports, short for electronic sports, is a booming global industry where essentially you have skilled video gamers play competitively. It basically transforms online gaming into a spectator sport. In a lot of ways, it's like watching a real sporting event, say an NFL game, except that instead of watching a real physical event, spectators would be watching a virtual one on Madden, for example. But esports isn't just limited to traditional sports games like Madden, NHL, FIFA, etc., but also hits like League of Legends and Dota. And before you ask, who the heck would want to watch that, ask yourself how fun it is to watch Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes light up the scoreboard on Sundays. Just as traditional sports fans enjoy watching top athletes perform at the top of their craft, well, the same is true of those who watch top video gamers compete. The industry is real, it's growing globally, and right now, very ground floor level to what it could become. So invest now, enjoy later. Now, there are a few different ways esports can work. Option 1, players stream themselves playing individually to earn money. Option 2, players join larger organizations to compete for large cash prizes. Now, during the competition, players can engage with their fans in a variety of ways, including social media, live streaming platforms, and in person at tournaments. Fans on their end can watch and follow their favorite players and teams compete in regional and global tournaments. Now, if a player chooses to stream, they can make a lot of money doing so on platforms such as Twitch or even YouTube, for example. I mean, take a look at who the #1 YouTuber in the world is and what he does. Streams gaming. Now, for those who choose to go pro, successful gamers can earn six-figure salaries or even millions of dollars competing. Now, take a look at this picture. This picture is worth 1,000 words. The Fortnite World Cup champ, teenager Kyle Glersdorf, won the grand prize of over $3 million. And look at the big sports names beside him. Now, he beat out names like Novak Djokovic and Tiger Woods in terms of prize money for the Wimbledon Open and the Masters, respectively. This is crazy, but very real. And this is because viewership is increasing rapidly. Globally, the total esports audience was expected to grow to 495 million people in 2020. By 2023, Newzoo predicts that the annual growth rate will be approximately 10.4%. They also expect that the number of casual viewers will grow to 351 million people, and that there will be 295 million esports enthusiasts, making the total audience around 650 million. Now, Newzoo has also released statistics highlighting the growth in the European audience for esports. The total audience for esports in Europe was 79 million in 2018, growing to 86 million in 2019 and 92 million in 2020. As you can see, there has been a steady growth in esports viewership, and the trend is likely to continue in the coming years. And that increase is likely the result of increasing awareness about esports and, of course, the ease of access to the internet. Now, as I mentioned earlier about Twitch and about YouTube, well, their users keep growing as well. And so this definitely is another contributing factor to the rising amount of esports viewers. As interest in esports continues to rise, companies will need to look into adopting esports marketing. This could be through ads, reviews, product positioning, influencer marketing, and more. If you're interested in reading the whole report, I'll include the link in the description below. Now that we know a little bit about the esports landscape, let's get into a little more about ESE Entertainment specifically. So let's meet the CEO and the man behind ESE Entertainment, Conrad Wasilla. And now this guy gave me kind of like a frat guy vibe when he first started talking in the interview that I saw with Wall Street Reporter. However, I really loved his energy, vision, and genuine passion for what he's doing and his obvious care for his shareholders. It became apparent to me very quickly that this guy means business, and he has big plans for ESE. He's also an ex-CFL player. The CFL, for those who don't know, is the professional football league here in Canada. Now, being an ex-collegiate football player myself, this hits home, and I have to say that playing football, being a part of a football team, and that whole environment, that energy, it builds you up. It creates tough skin, and it creates discipline. So the fact that he was a professional football player paired with his unwavering confidence, but not cockiness, tells me everything I need to know about the man running the ship. He gives me the same kind of vibe that Dr. Hamza from CloudMD gave me way back when in the summer. Of course, in different ways, but the result remains the same. I see stability, determination, passion, a great vision, and strong leadership.
As I mentioned, the #1 criteria, if you're not profitable, if you're not in a creative business, and you don't have tier 1 partners, multi-billion-dollar partners, we're just not interested. We're not going to take the journey of burning capital and waiting. We want it now. We want to move fast, and we bring huge upside from our side. So we want synergies. So it's like a layer cake. We execute on the acquisition and we build and grow together, and then we go and get the next guy and we continue to consolidate. And we have a whole roadmap planned for 2021 and even into 2022. And you're going to see it. I mean, look at the partners we have now. We deliver and execute time and time again. We have quarterly growth with revenue. We generate revenue every month. We have recurring clients. This is the beginning, but I mean, it's all about working with people that have the same passion, that have accretive businesses, that have the same mindset. And we're laser focused on building $1 billion company.
I've looked into the moves that they've made in the past little while, and I really like what I'm seeing. They're building up their assets and acquiring pieces to the puzzle that will make them a dominant player in this space, in my opinion. Like CloudMD has been doing, ESE is acquiring assets to ultimately help use their tech to reach a greater goal. Now let's go through the recent acquisitions that they've made. So in early November, ESE signed a distribution agreement with eSports TV. As a result, ESTV will air and promote ESE content relating to its Kick esports team brand. This is going to expand ESE's reach through global distribution channels such as Roku, Amazon Fire, Samsung TV Plus, among others. Now, the deal gives ESE direct exposure to the US market, which is obviously huge. This is going to create more revenue opportunities through content creation and will give ESE more exposure to grow their brand. One of ESE's main growth drivers this year is direct sales of media rights. The deal with ESTV is just one example of how ESE can expand their reach. Then in late November, ESE acquired Kick Esports, and this is going to be a great addition to the ecosystem as Kick is a big name in Europe. Kick manages esports teams that compete across multiple games and platforms, and since its inception, Kick has seen continued success in esports competitions across Europe and the rest of the world. Kick has members from many nations within its ranks who bring a level of professionalism to esports competitions. With this acquisition, ESE will be well positioned to keep growing. As Conrad has mentioned, ESE plans on investing in technologies that are going to help Kick scale its monetizable assets globally. Most recently, on December 2nd, ESE signed an LOI to acquire World Phoning Group Incorporated and Encore Telecom Incorporated, or WPG. These are Canadian companies with combined revenue of over $12.5 million in the last 12 months. WPG operates in Europe and works with some of the world's most recognized brands. ESE will hold a 51% interest in this, and WPG will hold a 49% interest. Now, another strategic acquisition to bring ESE one step closer to becoming one of the biggest gaming and esports infrastructure companies in the world. At around 70 cents Canadian currently, the market cap is in the $30 million ballpark. ESE is still trading at a very reasonable price right now, again, in a sector that can explode in the next 5 to 10 years, with more and more jobs becoming automated and the digital and gaming world becoming more and more mainstream. So, if we're at 70 cents today at around a $30 million market cap, what could be a price target? Well, honestly, I think we could be easily looking at the very ground level of $1 billion company, which would translate to a 50x from when I bought it and a 33x from current prices. Now, this may seem crazy to some, and yes, ESE would need to execute their vision perfectly, but this sector will become very, very hot in the years to come, and I have high hopes for this company. Of course, there are risks, just like every investment you make, but especially when you're getting in so early into a project. So make sure you invest money that you're okay losing. But again, if you do your research, you know what you own, you stick with it, this is not out of the realm of possibility. And to show you what I mean, look at ENTEF. ENTEF was trading under $1 like 4 years ago. And, look at AMD. Look at their growth. Of course, this is not every company that's going to, bring you these types of results, but it is possible, okay? So just know what you own, stick with it, and who knows. Now, although Conrad has been adamant about taking care of shareholders, small companies must raise money. So yes, your shares may very well get diluted, but just keep that long-term vision in mind with this one. You want the company you're invested into to be working hard to create value for you, the shareholder. And for that, they're gonna need cash. So a short-term hiccup for long-term success is a nice trade-off.